Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today we're looking at Into the Shadows. So I have my shadow deck, tarot card deck, oracle card deck, whatever you want to call it. And we are going to pick one card here and look at the shadow work that we must be worked on. So as always, I do set the intention that these videos reach those who need them when they need them. So if this video did reach you, it was intentional. It is meant for you, but it may not be that all the messages are for you. So it may just be part of the message, or one or two pieces are for you. Whatever resonates with you, take. Anything else, leave behind. Don't worry about it. So let's look at the shadow work you currently need to work on. Please, and there we go. We have our card. So, envy. Okay, so envy is a hard one. That's a hard one to get past. I honestly think that it has to do a lot with, everybody always thinks the grass is greener, right? So they see someone and this person has a lot of money. Oh, I envy them so much. I want to have all that money, right? If only I had all that money, look at them. I'd be so happy. But if you actually talk to them, you might find, yeah, I've got a lot of money, I've got a nice car, I got a big house, but I'm absolutely miserable because I'm lonely, or because my relationships are horrible. I'm being abused in my relationship, right? That sort of thing. So envy is really about comparing yourself to others and wishing you had what they had, but you don't necessarily even know what they have. But because everybody's sort of, let's look at social media. For the most part, people are not putting out their horrible stories. People are not putting out that, oh my gosh, I fought with my child for half an hour this morning just to put on a shirt because they had to go to school and they were refusing to wear a shirt. You know, people don't put that out there. What do people put out? Oh, look at my child. They're so loving and oh, whatever. Right? Like, we're always happy. And look at this wonderful road trip. Anybody who's been on a road trip with kids knows it is not happy the entire road trip. There can be moments of happiness, but there can also be moments of pure hell, you know, when you're traveling with children, especially the younger they are, the more they tend to fight, right? So the shadow work that you need to work on is envy, not comparing yourself to others, not feeling that you lack because others have more. And just because others have more, most people don't look at someone's entire life. Oh my gosh, look, they have a great job they love, they have a great partner they love, they have great kids who are so well behaved, they have great in-laws who get along with them so well and are always helping. And you know, people don't look at all aspects. They tend to look at mainly the physical. So they're beautiful. I wish I was beautiful. They're skinny. I wish I was skinny. They have a big house. I wish I had a big house. But they're not looking at the person overall. You cannot know what is going on in someone's mind, right? So you may look from the outside, they look like they have everything, but if you really dug down, you would find they didn't. And this envy can cause resentment, right? Especially when you see somebody who you feel does not deserve something, get something. So if you see someone get something that you want and you're like, they're not a good person, they're always talking behind people's backs, I'm always helping people, they never help people, I deserve this, they don't. But understand, maybe you are the one who deserves it. Maybe they don't deserve it. But you don't know what's going on in their life that they're getting this. So it's really hard to look at the big picture. But for all you know, say someone winning the lottery. Very easy to be jealous of that. Very easy to be resentful if you think that someone who's not a good person won the lottery, and for you to be like, oh, like, I resent that. I am envious that they have that. They never should have got that. But that might be a lesson for them. That, like, winning the lottery is usually not a blessing in people's lives. It can be if it's done correctly, but what usually happens if someone wins the lottery is people come out of the woodwork wanting money repeatedly too. It's not just like, oh, I need some money, I need, it's coming back. Then people start expecting, well, you've got all this money, the least you can do is give me money. And most people who have big windfalls are bankrupt in 5 years because they don't know how to handle that much wealth. They've never had that much wealth. So they get the money, they start doling out, right? Being generous, which is great. That's wonderful. They dole out money, they buy a super big house, they buy really nice cars, they start going on vacation. And all of a sudden their money is starting to dwindle and dwindle and dwindle. And it's like, oh, I won $10 million, but I bought a $5 million house and I gave away $2 million and I've never spent another $2 million and I've only got $1 million yet left. But to service this $5 million house, I've got $20,000 a year in taxes and I've got this and this and this. And suddenly these people find themselves bankrupt, and it's like the most horrible thing in the world, right? They went from having it all and from, feeling on top of the world, I have it all, I can do whatever I want for the rest of my life, I never have to work, to all of a sudden they have absolutely nothing, they've lost everything, and now they're starting from scratch. So even though you may think they got this great blessing, in the end it might not have been a blessing. It might have been a lesson that they needed to learn. So we're going to get some further cards here. So I talked quite a long time about envy there. So let's see if we can get some advice for you on how to get past envy. Envy is so hard, and I honestly believe it's getting past having envy towards people. It's trials and tribulations, but experience. There, that's the word I want. It's really about experience. It's about seeing someone who you think has it all, and then you get to know them, and you realize, oh man, their life is miserable, or they're a miserable person, or things aren't what I thought it was, right? And so as you go through life and get more and more experience in that, where you think, I remember having a friend who I thought, oh my gosh, like look, she's so outgoing, she's so free, she just talks to everybody likes her, like right away she walks into a room, people she doesn't even know, or she's the center of attention, everyone's talking to her. I thought, wow, like why am I not that outgoing? Why am I always the one sitting in the corner being quiet? And she walks in and is instantaneously friends with everybody. But what I realized later, she had high anxiety. She couldn't be quiet in a corner in a room because that was too much anxiety for her. The reason why she was the center of attention and talking to everybody and bouncing around was because she couldn't stop. She didn't know how to act. So she'd just be sort of bouncing around and trying to joke around and figure things out. So what looked like, oh wow, look at how confident she is and outgoing she is and everybody loves her, actually turned out to be she was so unconfident and didn't know what to do. And so she was just bouncing around trying not to, I guess, feel uncomfortable with the situation, right? Trying to get people to like her. So even though you could be envious of that, it's not really something to envy because inside her head, it's crazy in there. She wouldn't be envious. She's not envious of her. She wishes she had a calm mind and could sit calmly and quietly and not have to bounce around everywhere. So what is your advice for envy, please? What is the advice for envy? Okay, advice to combat envy. Oh, there we go. Haha. So, the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is about deception, strategy, secrecy. It's getting away with something, right? This person's sneaking away. So this can be used as, look, he went in and he stole their swords, sneaky, deceptive, right? It can also be looked at as a strategy. Like, I don't want to go to war with these people. So instead of going to war and having a bunch of people die by the sword, I'm going to go into the village and I'm going to steal all the swords. And so it's like a secret strategy, a covert strategy. So I'm going to sneakily be deceptive, go in there, pretend I'm someone else, grab all these swords as my strategy because now they don't have any weapons to use against us, and that's how we'll win without having to have any blood shed. So what I get from this is you need to start developing strategies of how to look at things differently. Okay, that's how you're going to get out of this. So start looking at things from a different perspective, right? Start truly understanding what the underlying hidden things are, right? So this army that was going to attack could be the strongest army and everybody's scared of them. But underlying that is they need their swords. In order to be a strong army that everybody fears, they need their sword. So if you take their sword away from them, they are no longer to be feared. And I think if you start looking under the underlying energy, it was just 10-10 on my thing. If you start looking at the underlying energy of the person or the underlying happenings of the individuals that you envy, you will start noticing that things aren't quite as they seem. Things can be a little bit different. Let's get one more card. Oh, too many. One more card in terms of helping you overcome your envy. Doesn't look like we're going to get through many cards today, but that's okay. I talked a lot today. Ooh. So the reversed Four of Pentacles. So this is all about greed, fear, materialism. Okay? So we need to stop being worried, being greedy. We need to stop being materialistic. You need to stop looking at what somebody physically presents. So you got to stop, like, excuse me, these people who you see wearing, all the designer clothes and the nice car. Let's start looking at that as a different perspective. More as you are all into the materialism. You know, a white t-shirt is a white t-shirt is a white t-shirt. If you are paying $50 for a white t-shirt because it has some logo on it, and now you're paying more money to advertise for a company instead of just buying the cheap white shirt with no logo that you get for $5 that really looks the same on you, makes no difference, right? And so this really is about starting to get a new perspective, new strategies, looking at things differently, and getting out of the materialism, out of the greed, not looking at people for their material goods, not looking at people for what they have and what you don't have, right? Because somebody who is at peace and has love in their life, and family and friends around who are good to them and they're good to their friends, that's the person you should envy, not the person with the nice car, not the person with the nice house, because you can have the biggest, baddest house, the nicest, most expensive car, and you sit in your house all day crying because you're miserable. You don't have people around you who love you. You only have people who are trying to use you for your money. Anybody who wants to date you is just after you for your money, right? And so this really is about, let's not try and create a show on the outside to make people be envious of us. Let's not worry about that. Let's start looking at things from a different way and start trying to find peace and love and happiness within ourselves, and the envy will naturally go away. Because if you have peace and love within your heart, you're not concerned about what other people have, because you're content, you're happy, you're satisfied. What other people have, that's great. You have a big house, that's great. I don't want to clean a big house. It'd be nice to have a bigger house than the one I want, but I have no desire to do more cleaning. So I am perfectly fine with my little house that fits my family. And, we have enough walls, we have heat, we have food, and we have love within our house. So we don't need a bigger house. I don't need more work for the house. So let's today get you dropping crystals. Let's get an angel number for you today for this reading. Let's see what message the angels have for you about envy. So, what message do the angels have for you about envy today? What message do the angels? There we go. 444. So, angels are guiding. Can you see that? It's hard. I don't know if I can get it unblurry. My camera doesn't seem to refocus. But it says, angels are guiding and supporting you, providing a stable foundation for success. Okay, So please realize that your angels are behind you. They are supporting you. They want you to be successful. But you need to get out of this envy. You need to stop thinking that other people have success, because they may not. Just because someone on the outside looks like they have success does not mean they have internal success. And that's what we need. We need internal heart success, right? And so your angels are guiding you, and they are leading you towards a stable foundation where you can have peace and love within your heart. It may not be the giant house that at this moment you want, but they are there supporting and giving you what you need, not necessarily what you want, right? And sometimes what you want is not what you need. When you get there, you realize, ooh, right? What's that song where it says, I thank God for unanswered dreams or something like that? I thank God for unanswered wishes. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at those things, but it's a country song anyways, about how lucky am I, right? And you think when you were like in your teens and you're like, oh, I want to date that guy. I just want to date that guy. And now you look back at it and you're like, oh my God, thank God I didn't date him. He was so conceited, and he treated his girlfriends or boyfriends like absolute crap, and like I am better off than I never dated him. But when I was a teenager, all I saw was he looked good and he was the most popular guy in the school and he had a nice car, and that's all I wanted was him. And now I realize, I was blessed not to end up dating him. So you need to start looking at things from a different perspective and getting a different strategy in terms of what will make you happy and not worrying about other people. Plus, what makes other people happy may not make you happy, right? My sister loves riding horses. She rides horses literally every day. I am super allergic to horses. I cannot be around a horse at all. Can't be anywhere near them. My eyes will swell shut. I'll break out in all these rashes. And so her dream is riding the horses. I don't envy that. I don't want to be anywhere near horses. That's her dream. That's what she wants. I'm going after my dream and what I want. Don't worry about other people. Your only concern is you. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.